What's up, everybody? It's the best spot, Kid Smooth, and I am back with a video. And I know I've been quiet for a very long time because I have not been active on YouTube. Still a bit active on X, but like I told you guys before, like Xbox has killed the content creation in me and a lot of people, and it's hard to like kind of really to really like, you know what I mean? Obviously, there's other things I can, talk about, and I'm still exploring what I really want to focus on. I still pretty much obviously love video games. I'm still playing video games. Right now, I'm at a time where I'm playing, like, I'm trying to determine what game I'm in love with right now. Been playing a little bit of Adam Fall, been playing Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, been playing it's another game that's coming that I got preview access to. Um and I finished Doom or whatever, but I had no game has been able to lock me in like the way freaking Expedition 33 was. That was an incredible game, incredible experience, and like it made video games now extremely hard to like really entertain me. But I'm talking about this because Xbox, you know what I mean? There's a lot of, been talking. I haven't jumped on a PlayStation porting games to Xbox or anything like that. I think, did I do a video on Helldivers 2? Maybe. I think I did. Yeah, I did. But the thing is, now we get to ask ourselves in terms of, all right, was Xbox right to go multi-platform, to switch to this strategy? Were they correct? And all signs point to financially shows yes. Right now, this is PlayStation's top 10 best-selling list, and this is the most revised version. And as you can see right now, I count 6 Xbox games in PlayStation's top 10 games for, I think, quarter 2. Obviously, Elden Ring is number 1. That was that multiplayer game. I ain't touch it, didn't care, didn't interested. Elden Ring was a great game, but I think I'm all like Elden Ringed out. Number 2, Forza Horizon 5 is being considering. This is Forza Horizon came out in April, and it's been like I think year to date, it is the best selling game on I believe on PlayStation 5. I think year to date, it's the best selling game on PlayStation 5, which is insane, right? The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered right behind it, number 3. And then you got Call of Duty. Remember, this is last year's game. It's right now number 5. Doom and Dark Ages came out in May, is number 6. And Indiana Jones came out. I'm sorry. I forget when Indiana Jones came out for PlayStation, but that's number 8, and then Minecraft number 9, which Minecraft is always going to be in the top 10. And so the thing is, clearly people wanted to play these games. Now you got a lot of these people that are like these naysayers. There's a lot of guys that are trying to always take these weird stances, and they're going to argue that the only proper exclusive is Forza Horizon 5. That all these other games was always going to be multi-plat, or was always multi-plat. But when you think about the situation is, Bethesda has been owned by Xbox since 2021, so their games were never guaranteed to be multi-plat. They never was guaranteed until Xbox pivoted. The only game you can really claim is Call of Duty was going to be the one that was always going to be on PlayStation, because that's really what they initially promised after these acquisitions were finalized. Indiana Jones in a Great Circle, when it was first revealed and stuff, it was an exclusive. When it first released, it was an exclusive. So, you can't really utilize that argument. The problem is that, yes, Xbox now, these games are now ownership of Xbox. They're the people that work for like Activision, Bethesda, these are all Microsoft employees. They've all been a part of Microsoft for over a year. With Bethesda, a lot of their games that have released so far has been developed 100% under the umbrella of Xbox. So please stop utilizing this excuse, right? So, but the thing is, Xbox has now become one of the number 1 publishers, and they're clearly the number 1 publisher on PlayStation. Now, we know about the job posting, the LinkedIn posting. A lot of people keep saying that, oh, this is for live service games and all this stuff, bro. PlayStation have already they've already had Destiny, right? Marathon, before it got its delay, was coming to Xbox day and date. MLB The Show has already been coming to Xbox for years. So really, why do you need to pay someone $250,000 a year to do what you're already doing without them right now? Riddle me that, right? So now, the latest one, the one that sparked this, was the Helldivers release. It's finally coming to Xbox. It's published by PlayStation. I think it's ported by Nixxes, so a PlayStation in-house studio, and is being published by PlayStation. Not no third party, not 505 Games, none of that. What's the name of the studio? Arrowhead's not self-publishing on Xbox. This is a PlayStation IP. And then this job posting comes up, and I gave you guys my wish list of what I want to see from PlayStation. But the thing is that when you look at this, one has to say to themselves, and Microsoft Financial just came out, and I think their content and services is up like, I think 13% or something like that. So all you gotta really say is Microsoft right now is making essentially almost free money by these ports, and a lot of these games that showing up on these lists are years and years old, that are charting on PlayStation and whatnot. Forza Horizon 5 is 5 years old. So what's really stopping Xbox from, I already know Lego Horizon's coming. It's already a multi-plat game. That game skipped Xbox out of straight pity, and PlayStation wasn't sure what Xbox was going to do with its new ownership of like Activision and Bethesda, and they found out that, oh, Microsoft is going to give us all their games. Well, we could take a bigger gamble with Lego Horizon. Like, you know what I mean? It should have been multi-platform day one. The minute this was going to be a PC and Switch title, day one, it really should have came to Xbox to maximize your potential. Now you kind of just have to do it out of necessity and without it expecting it to sell much. Now, where PlayStation can make noise is literally do the same thing Xbox did. All PlayStation really has to do is port PlayStation 4 games over to Xbox Series X and S, and they've already done it because they've already ported these games to PC via Nixxes. And so these games, the Xbox version of these games, are essentially already like kind of set. It's a matter of a minimum. It's already ported to PC, already got Xbox button commands already sorted out. This needs to happen. And PlayStation, it would be wise for them to port the Spider-Man. Is the only logical answer outside of Lego Horizon. But Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I would say the games that they recently they remastered for no reason, Horizon Zero Dawn remastered, Days Gone remastered, these games that can sell, that can get them in a boost for, like, they would definitely make their money back easily, because it won't cost that much to port them. And they can sell these games literally near for full price. And when I say near full price, I'm talking like $50 and stuff like that. Hell, Xbox was able to sell Forza Horizon 5 on a PlayStation 5 for $60. And when people who bought the early access, I think, bought it for $80 or $90, which is insane. But it's looking like Xbox is right from a financial standpoint. Obviously, Xbox hardware is, down. But the thing is, I really don't know what to think of Xbox hardware, because I'm not sure. I haven't been going into stores as I used to, like the Best Buys, the Targets, the Walmarts, to see if they've been actually shipping their consoles for people to buy, if they intentionally sell them. I think that's the one mistake these idiots are doing. And when I say idiots, I mean Xbox. That's the one mistake they're doing, because they have an opportunity to have their cake and eat it to maximize their sales potential, which they are doing. Maximize Game Pass, which I don't think they're doing to the best of their ability, and maximize their, at least having a product to sell. They recently went back on their word. They were going to increase their pricing of their games this holiday, starting with The Outer Worlds 2 for $80. They've since then rolled that back, and now their game's going to remain $70 for this holiday. So that they might delay that move to next year. I don't think we're ready for $80 games as a norm. I think that's kind of stupid. It was a trick Nintendo did that caused a few publishers to pump fake. Now, what I think Yeah, I think Xbox should do is really they should try to push out their consoles. They got some incredible games. Like I have no issues with any of the games Xbox release. I think Game Pass has been awesome this year. I think Xbox has been awesome this year with the titles that they've been publishing. The only thing that's been really lacking is obviously their ability to sell consoles and the hype, that brand loyalty, that the fanboyism, that free marketing, that hype that comes with like the console wars. The console wars is dead. And I've said this a long time ago when Xbox started flirting with putting games on PlayStation. I said this is only going to be an issue. I was like, the day this thing stops being an issue is the day PlayStation starts doing the same thing. If PlayStation starts doing this all thing, we can all game in peace and none of this shit would matter anymore, right? We can all that's what needs to happen. That's like, this is the only thing I need to happen to be content with Xbox. I need PlayStation, and we need PlayStation essentially to do the same thing. And it looks like they're going to do it because there's really no reason not to. Because at the end of the day, right? If you prefer PlayStation, you're going to buy a PlayStation. If you prefer PC, you're going to game on PC. This what they're doing is essentially. Again, I don't know if this hurts the industry or not, but what they're doing is essentially allowing fan bases to buy whatever thing they're going to play on, and that's just what they're going to game on. That's like, PlayStation's, is a guarantee to sell, 80 to 100 million units. Xbox is guaranteed to sell 30 to 50 million units. Nintendo's is guaranteed to eclipse 120 million, but they're not going to port any of their games and whatnot. So I think with that being said, it's just like maximize your potential, and then people just game when they game. You eliminate exclusives, right? It then comes down to, where do I prefer to play my games? What platform? And you're probably going to go to the platform that's more in tune with everything else you do. And then that's when PC starts becoming important. It's when Xbox and stuff, it's multi-approach starts becoming important. It starts becoming all about the ecosystem. And at the end of the day, if you make games, your job is to sell the game. You know what I mean? And you sell the game and you want to be everywhere. Like that's like selling it's like selling sneakers, right? But you can only sell in Foot Locker. Like, you know what I mean? If I sell sneakers, if I make sneakers, I want to be sold at Foot Locker, Champs. I want to be sold at freaking Amazon. I want to be sold everywhere possible. At the end of the day, people get tied into all these brands and this and stuff like that. At the end of the day, you got something to sell. You want to be able to sell it everywhere so you can maximize your potential. And I think PlayStation is seeing Xbox literally dominate their stores, their storefront. You guys don't understand this. You got to understand this concept, right? And this video is going on a little bit longer. I'm about to end it fairly soon. But you got to understand something. PlayStation, once you buy a PlayStation, you buy a PlayStation. PlayStation don't care that you bought the PlayStation. They need to sell new PlayStations. But once they feel like, all right, they peaked that PlayStation, they got to sell PlayStation owners games. Right now, Xbox games is competing with PlayStation games for usage, for time, for engagement. And right now, Xbox games is getting more engagement on PlayStation than PlayStation games. At that point, it's still kind of a problem. That's a problem because instead of getting 100% from their games, they're only getting 60-70% from Xbox game sales. Like, these games are selling relatively well on PlayStation. So why shouldn't PlayStation maximize their potential on Xbox? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they can follow the fanboy suggestion. Oh, don't put games on Xbox because Xbox gamers don't buy games. In actuality, they buy games. Let's say they avoid Game Pass. They could do Game Pass and just get free money there. You know what I mean? Because the games that they're selling, I think that they support are the games that nobody's buying right now on PlayStation because they've already sold to their potential on the platforms that they already exist on. So why not get free money for a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old Spider-Man game? Or why not sell, 150,000, 250,000 units of Spider-Man Miles Morales or Spider-Man Remastered on an Xbox, because that's 250,000. You're not selling 250,000 of those units right now. You already sold whatever you're going to sell on those games. So why not get that uplift on those games right now? Like you can literally do that. And we'll see what happens with Arrowhead and Helldivers 2. But I think it's a smart move. It's only logical, especially in this day and age. And I'm curious to see how the industry and the fanboys react. But if PlayStation is gonna go all in on with this move, I support it, because I will literally buy those games, those PlayStation games on my Xbox, whether it's in Game Pass or not. I will buy those games because they got some games I would like to play on my Xbox. But the only one I've only really clamored for was Spider-Man, because I thought that's a proper multi-plat. And Horizon Zero Dawn would just be because I think that's probably the best game PlayStation has released since the PlayStation 4 era, not named The Last of Us Part 2. But that's my video, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'll try to be a little bit more consistent. I got to get my projects out. I told you guys I want to do independent movie and I want to do a comedy show. These are things I'm still working on. But as for today, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. I am out of here. Peace. Oh, I opened this screenshot and I didn't even look at. I guess it doesn't really matter. Who cares what they sell? The whole big point was what they were selling on Xbox, or what Xbox games were selling on PlayStation. All right, guys, I'm out of here.